Hey, how's it going, man? Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Good talk. Wie geht's dir? Tiger 2, standard battle, whatever that is. I think it's called Winter on the WoT replay file. That's some sort of Russian stuff. I can't speak. Severogorsk or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, Tiger 2 standard battle on this one. Basically, I wanted to give you an update as to where I am with the Tiger 2. I just played this game, maybe 15-20 minutes ago by now. And I have unlocked the upgraded turret, but it's not on this game. I have also unlocked obviously the upgraded tracks because you need the tracks to get the turret. So I have that too. And I also bought a large caliber gun rammer for the thing too. I was going to show you one of my first games with that, but didn't do too hot. So I decided to use this one because it's a very interesting game. It's interesting how this one plays out. And I wanted to show you how you can be effective in this thing without, without the best gun, without the upgraded turret. And this turret is, I think, roughly 100 armor on this thing, so this thing will get penned pretty easily. And right there, I just take a blind shot. But how you can be effective in this thing when you're not top tier, when you don't have the best gun, when you don't have a very good turret, those kind of situations, because that's where you're going to be stuck for quite a long time in this. Or even, the majority of the tanks that you get, tiers 6, 7, and above, you're going to be running a stock tank for a little while, unless you want to spend money on it, spend gold on it. And I'm not a premium player. I do have some gold. I have spent some money on this game, mostly to take off the premium equipment, like the gun rammers, things like that, because 500 credits takes me a long time to get 500 credits, so it really sucks if I have to sell a tank and I don't have that money. I don't get that gun rammer with it, you know what I mean? So I have to take that off before I sell the tanks back. So that's basically why I have that on there. But anyway, I digress on that. So the splits here are pretty good. I go up here to the top with a lot of the other heavy tanks, kind of doing battle here. At this point, since I only have the first 88 on it, I do have the second gun unlocked on this thing, but I don't have it on there because the second guns, like I said in many videos now, wargaming, what they like to do is they'll have 3 guns for a tank. The first one will have for example, right on this one, 203 pen for this 88. They'll have the second unlock for the tank, or the first unlocked gun for the tank will have better damage, but it'll lower the pen on it. So for this is 240 pen, I think it is, or not 240, 203 pen, 240 damage, and the 105 that you can upgrade to, the first 105 that you can upgrade to, is like 320 or 340 damage, but it's 200 pen, so you're gonna bounce quite a bit on it. So I like to keep the extra pen. That's why I have this gun on there. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stay back, especially since I'm not top tier. Try to stay back a little bit, snipe for a little while, take as minimal damage as possible, and then towards the end of the game, or when I feel like the game can turn either way, and I have some other gameplay that better demonstrates this concept, but I sit back, take shots whenever I get a chance to, try to knock out some tanks, and as soon as I feel like the battle could turn for us, or we could just leap way ahead of the enemy, or maybe knock out a key tank, or make a key push or something like that, that's when I try to bring this thing out, push forward, and maybe take a shot or two, and see if I can't turn the tide in our favor. Now right here, this is just some unlucky play. I was trying to save those 2 STIs, but the damage isn't enough to get the job done here. And what I'm doing here is I'm backing up to get towards the end of that cliff, because I know I have 2 top tier tanks coming at me, 2 top tier heavies coming at me. So if I'm put in a bad spot and I can't make it work, I can just back up down this thing. And I don't know why this guys think I'm gonna really fall for the old, get me to shoot first deal. And right here, I know I'm getting shot by something back there, but I really am more worried about this Conqueror that's ahead of me. There aren't going to be any slides on this one because it's just nothing phenomenal. It's a good gameplay, good to show you how you can do a decent job with this thing when you're not top tier and you don't have the other unlocks. But it's nothing. This game wasn't anything spectacular. The thing about this tank is it will get you consistently good results. You'll consistently be the top, probably top 5 tanks in the game. You know, consistently 30,000, 40,000 credits. That's not premium. Consistently knock out maybe 1 or 2 tanks. You know, get a few shots in on these different guys. I mean, you're gonna have the games where you're not doing too good. You're gonna have the games where you get ammo racked or you get lit on fire, and this thing does like to go on fire, so you gotta protect that lower glacis. You're gonna have those games, but on par or on average, this tank is a solid tank. It's you can get what's the word I'm looking for? You can get ace tankers, you could get top guns, and this thing pretty decent, you know, pretty well. You have if you're a decent player and you played with this tank, there's no reason why you can't get a top gun with this. There's no reason why you can't get an ace tanker with it. It's going to be difficult sometimes. You know, you can't expect every game to be the best game ever with this. But on par, it's a very good tank, especially if you're just starting out with the German heavies, or if you're just starting out with the game. Now, I did notice one of you commented in a previous video, should I go for this, or, and then there was another comment, I was working towards the Tiger P, I wanted to move over to the Tiger from that, and then go up to the Tiger 2. Well, that's exactly what I did. If you are just starting out, do not do what I did. Do not do what that guy is doing either. Go right for this right away. Don't, and that's the game. Don't try to go through the Tiger P line first and then move over to the Tiger. That's not the way you want to do it, because you're going to suffer pretty bad when you get to the Tiger P, when you get to the VK 3001P. Those are just brutal tanks to get through. This is, like I said, it's a solid tank. With a little bit of skill, sometimes a little bit of luck, you'll get your top guns, you'll get your ace tankers with it. It's not a tank like the Panther 2, where you have to be a really, well, not a really good, but a very, have your wits about you at all times and not to make mistakes. You can make some mistakes in this game and still end up in okay shape. You can make some mistakes and still get the top guns. You make a mistake in a Panther 2 or a Panther, that's going to be your game. It's much more difficult in those tanks. But anyway, I wanted to show you where we're at right now. Keep you updated with the viewer voted tank to let you see how I'm coming along with it. And as soon as I get some better gameplay with the upgraded turret, the upgraded suspension, and the large caliber gun rammer in it, it's going to be right up on here for you to take a look. I hope you like what you saw. Hope you get to see a little bit of how to play this thing against some higher tier opponents. You know, sit back with it, take some shots. You know, you can do a little bit of damage, but don't get out there too much to do the brawling. Not at the beginning. Wait till you're talking maybe 6 enemy tanks are gone, and you know it's maybe a few minutes into the game. Then you can start getting a little more gutsier when you have your full health versus some of the other tanks that are down a little bit. So with that, I hope you really liked the video. Hope you like to see how I'm progressing in this thing. If you also bought the Tiger 2 and I bought it, let me know how you're doing too. If you're having a good time with it, or if you think it's difficult or whatnot, and hopefully might be able to give you some tips or help you out with it too. So with that, please like the video, comment. If you don't comment, I'd like to, you know, there's a few of you that routinely comment. Feel free to comment as well. I reply to everybody, or at least I try to. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed for a lot more World Tank stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. And you take care, man. And I'll see you next time. Bye.